We welcome you here to a big night of fights. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside my ringside partner, Teddy Atlas. Looking forward to all the action today, and we're just about set for it. Ricky Hatton's got his eye on the prize. Look at that focus and determination during his ring walk. Arturo Gatti's entrance here. What a ring walk. Just brimming with confidence, ready for the task at hand.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ricky, the Hitman Hatton. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, Arturo, Gatti.
Okay, guys, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Let's touch ball.
Little get to know you here in the opening round scheduled for 10. When we get matchups like this, guys that just won't quit, they'll be there every step of the way like Gatti Ward. Sometimes there comes a point where one fighter thinks he's got himself an advantage, he's done something great, but then the other fighter doesn't go away. How does that play out in the minds of each fighter?
Usually it doesn't affect the kind of guys you just mentioned, Gatti and Ward. They're made how to cement these guys. They're already set in their ways. They know what they have to do. They're not going to get thrown off just because somebody's still there.
The defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Well, that's exactly what you should be doing on the inside. If you want to punch and you need space, do what you have to do to get that space. He's pushing him around. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Halfway through round number one. Gets rid of that body shot. You see guys do this all the time. A little shove off there to create some space on the inside to get your punches off. Arturo Gatti with a counter punch. It is a seesaw battle early on here. Amazing stuff out of these two. Almost on. He goes down in the later stages of this round. He's going to try to survive it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Able to rise up to his feet. But what does the immediate future hold for him?
Well, he only has a couple seconds to figure it out.
Able to dismiss it. End of the round there, a round in which we did see the knockdown. And Teddy, when a fighter comes back to the corner, having just been floored, typically how are they acting? What are you seeing on that?
Just imagine you just walked into a room and somebody hit you from behind. You dropped. You're afraid to go in that room again. So put a light on in that room and explain to him why he got dropped. He will not be afraid to go back in that room.
You need to move your head from side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more. Swelling is nothing. Just focus.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there.
Wow! Oh, that uppercut got him badly. They both decide to bring it. Nice block by Hatton. Didn't get it done going to the body there. Ricky Hatton's trying to get back in this round after being knocked down in the last round. But with just 60 seconds between rounds, Teddy, how much can really happen? How much can really benefit a fighter who was knocked down?
Well, a lot has to happen. First of all, you hit him with that sponge. Some cold water on top of the head where you revigorate him a little bit. You know, get his senses back a little bit. And you have to talk to him. Once he calms down, once you physically get him back on track, you look to see if he's okay, and then you have to tell him why he got dropped to begin with.
Halfway through round number 2. A good block by Ricky Hatton. Teddy, we hear a lot of people talking about where are the next great fighters coming from. In your eyes, I mean, you're around gyms all over the country, all over the world. Where are they coming from?
Well, Joe, I'll tell you where they're not coming from. They're not coming from football anymore. In the old days, the big guys, instead of going on the football field, somebody would look to make them into the next heavyweight champ. But now they're going to college, they're going to places where they find it a little bit of an easier travel, and we're losing a lot of those athletes.
Protecting his head well with his guard. Arturo Gatti with a counter punch. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Oh, and there you go. Oh, he is stunned. He could go down. And we come to the end of the round, and he really got to his opponent that time, Teddy. He stunned him.
Oh, he stunned him. He's hearing a little tweeting going on, a little singing from the birds in his head.
You need to capitalize on his mistake, okay? I want to see that counter hook. Make it pay for you. You just focus on the fight. You'll take care of it.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Able to cover up that gut. Arturo Gatti's just a completely different fighter now. I mean, he was stunned earlier in this fight, and since then, there's just more of a defensive disposition to him.
Yeah, and the important thing right now is that sooner or later, and I think it's going to be sooner, his opponent's going to see the same thing, and he's not going to stay away. He's going to get...
There it is! Ricky Hatton's almost out of it there. He was stunned. Arturo Gatti's just making some room for himself here. Oh, he took some damage, but he gave some back with the right hand. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Offensively, Hatton has a real desire to try to land those body punches, specifically the left hook.
Yeah, he does. He wants to go, and you know, that's interesting you bring that up, Joe, because Hatton's not really a big banger. But you don't have to be a huge banger to hurt somebody in the body. He understands that.
Ricky Hatton's got a real uphill battle ahead of him now with a cut over his eye. 1 minute to go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Blocks away that headshot. Excellent counterpunch by Gatti. Holy cow! Ricky Hatton stunned and staggered.
Punch it out, guys.
Where's your body? Get the body. Get the confidence. That's it. Throw him off with head movements. Let's get in there. Stay tight and bang away. Okay, bang away.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Notre Dame to know that. I mean, everybody saw, you know, he got staggered, his knees buckled. needed a little...
Wow! And a power shot lands, and all of a sudden it turns the tables.
A little slow with that jab, and he got caught the right hand.
Ricky Hatton showing a little bit of a defensive shell, but Teddy, I'm seeing punches still getting through and splitting that guard.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, Joe, when you put those earmuffs on, but you don't move your head. Some of them are going to get through, and just as importantly, you handcuff yourself, so your opponent is going to stay in there a little bit longer, knowing that nothing's coming back right away.
Halfway through this round here. This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, when special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. And he goes down again. Will he get up from this? Can Ricky Hatton find a way? He went down and now beating the count and looking to continue and survive.
Well, I think a lot of us wanted to find out what would happen when this moment came, if it did come. Right now, Hatton wants to find out, too.
Round comes to an end. Knockdown was scored in that round. So, Teddy, you're working the corner of the guy who was just on the floor. What are you telling him?
You're telling him that if he's been down before, you want to actually use that for a positive. I know that sounds crazy, but you say, hey, you've been here before. You've overcome it. You want to remind him that he can get back. And then the most important thing, Joe, is you tell him why he got dropped. So when he goes out there, he's not just scared going into a dark place saying, gee, it's going to happen again. He knows he has control.
So here we are, all wondering, can he survive the start of this round after the way we saw him go down in that last round?
Well, it's up to his opponent. Now, his opponent gets a little careless and he rushes in a little bit too close. He can get a chance to grab those hands and tie him up. And then he can kill a little of the clock, survive.
Ricky Hatton blocks that punch. Able to cut down that ring and just push his opponent against the ropes. Oh, and there you go. A huge shot rains down, and he's on the floor.
And he has a decision to make, a choice to make right now.
So he is able to get up to his feet after that knockdown. But, Teddy, it's what's ahead that's the problem.
Yeah, we're getting a peek right now into his heart, into his soul.
Solid counterpunch by Ricky Hatton. It is, oh! He is not in good shape. He could be on the deck in moments. Slowing down as we have 60 seconds to go in this round. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Ricky Hatton. Teddy, is this becoming a mental thing with him? I mean, he's not firing off the big power punches. I got to wonder why.
You know, that's a good question. Sometimes a guy is making a solid agreement in his mind that maybe if I don't hit him hard, he won't hit me hard back. He's not confident enough now to throw the punches without worrying about what will come back at him.
End of the round. So he scores the knockdown and now heads back to his corner. Teddy, do you ever have to calm a guy down after he scored a knockdown?
That's a really great point, because a lot of times that can be the turning point, but not for your guy that scored the knockdown, for the other guy. Because sometimes when you score a knockdown, you start to think it's going to be an easy night. And you forget what you knew when you came in. That it wasn't going to be an easy night. You were going to have to bring all the tools out of the tool shed. And it's important to remember that.
Chance down front. Okay? That's it. 1-1-2 all night long. All night long.
Over the hump, the back end of the fight now begins. Very clever move there. Little defense turns to offense. The counter punch by Hatton. This is going to take some guts to get up from this. Once again, he goes down. He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Blocks it away. Comes from a family of soccer players. In fact, his grandfather and his father were part of the Manchester City team, and Ricky himself was put down that path originally, Teddy, but things didn't pan out, and he stumbled across and was inspired by the sport of boxing, stumbling across a boxing gym, and for the better. Good decision.
Yes, it is. And, you know, that's one of the things that the old-time trainers used to tell me. With boxing, there's a weight class, there's a place for everybody. Size has nothing to do with it. You can be a world champ.
Boy, you gotta love being his opponent, right? You come into a fight like this tonight, you're so worried about getting off your punches, landing accurate punches. Well, here it is. Not gonna move the head at all. Come and get it.
No, you just have to worry about you don't hurt your hands. You better hope that you wrap them real good, because you're banging the nugget all night long.
Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great chins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
And the round comes to an end. We did have a knockdown in that round. Now, Teddy, if you're in the corner where your man was down on the floor, what are you telling him?
Well, the first thing I do is I sit him down, I get water on the back of his neck. You know, I bring him to a sense, I make sure that he's clear and everything, and then I tell him why he got his backside put on that canvas so he can correct it, and he doesn't go out there and get caught again with the same punch.
We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the swelling.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, you know, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
Good block by Hatton. Gatti blocks that punch away. Ricky Hatton blocks that punch. He goes down from the uppercut. That is it. This fight is over. Ricky Hatton's going to have his hand raised by way of KO. The 10-count reached, his opponent out. He's the victor. Ricky Hatton's your winner by impressive knockout victory.
And he did it just the way he had to.